episode 15 of The Beardcaster. My name is Scott Sikora, and I am The Beardcaster. I'd like to welcome you all to a podcast all about beards and mustaches and the great people who wear them and embrace them. And these are the stories from the people who live in it. These are the adventures we have, they have, and the reasons they do what they do, and the facial hair that accompanies them. Sometimes I'm interviewing people with facial hair. Some people, I'm interviewing people without it. But it doesn't matter. They all have interesting stories and a situation that follows something about facial hair. So please join me on this entertaining exploration of these people and hear why they are having a great time and doing great and fun things out there. So once again, welcome to another episode of The Beardcaster. My name is Scott Sikora. I think I've made that perfectly clear to everyone by now. I'd like for you all to check out my website, thebeardcaster.com. When you go there, you will easily find little icons that will link you to all my social media. I've got the Facebook, the Twitter, Instagram, whatever you're looking for. The flavor of the week is, I'm sure it's up there somewhere. You can also send me a direct email at scott@thebeardcaster.com, and that'll go right to me. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about the program you're listening to, that's where you want to contact me. I also make it super easy for anyone out there to listen to the shows. I have players that are right there embedded, right there. As soon as you go to thebeardcaster.com, you can just click go, and you're listening to whatever episode is the newest one. Then there's a player underneath that'll have an archive of all the older episodes, so you don't even need to download them per se. But you can also just go to iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play, and you can subscribe to the podcast there, and it'll automatically let you know when the new episode comes out, and you can download it. Easy as that. And to add new to the whole mix, I heart radio. That's right, I do heart radio. You should heart radio too. All you need to do, and I'm pretty sure this is probably like one of the biggest apps out there right now anyways. You just go to your app store on your whatever device you're using, download the iHeartRadio app, and then you just search for The Beardcaster, and the podcast will come right up there now. So now iHeartRadio is involved in the whole podcasting scene because apparently it's becoming cool and popular now. And, sorry, my mustache was getting in the way of the microphone right there. So yeah, you can go right directly to my site, like I said, thebeardcaster.com, and there's a big banner right there for iHeartRadio. Click on that, it'll take you right to the Beardcaster podcast. Okay, well, let's dive right into the show right now. First of all, I want to thank everyone that came out to the 5th annual Great Lakes Beard and Mustache Championship. It was an awesome time. I met a lot of cool people, met a lot of new people. Did a whole bunch of cool press for it, and it was just a lot of fun. And thank you to everyone that came out. Thank you to everyone that helped support Youth Challenge, which was the charity that we were involved with. We are making a nice donation to them. Thanks to everyone that came to the event and did, donated and all that stuff. So thank you to everyone. Next month, which you'll be hearing upcoming podcast about the Bearding Man 2016. It's a competition that I will be judging in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. So you can, I'll have more information about that coming up. But I just want to dive right into this episode. Just first off, after all my thank yous and everything. But this episode today, the child and I decided to hop in the car one day, and we're like, oh, what can we do today? Oh, what do you know? There's a comic book convention going on. So we drive to the Northeast Ohio Comic Con, or NEO Comic Con2.0, because this is the second year of it. We did not go to it last year, but this year we decided to go to it. And I was trying to think of what I could do there. What could be my contribution? So I started thinking about it, and I'm like, there certainly are some bearded comic book characters out there, so maybe let's ask some of the bearded comic fans that are at the event who their particular favorite comic book character is that has a beard or a mustache. So that was my mission, and I also got to interview a couple artists and designers of a couple comics. So, sorry about that. So I'd like for everyone to take a listen to this episode, the Northeast or NEO Comic Con 2.0, and hear my adventure of meeting some bearded and not bearded people at this event and check out all the cool things they had to say. And action. I'm here with my first interview here. What's your name, sir?
My name is Drew.
Where are you from?
I'm from Akron.
Akron?
Yes.
The Akron.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so as I'm walking around the comic convention here today, I wanted to find bearded guys because, of course, this podcast is all about bearded guys and all the cool shit they're into.
Okay.
So who is your favorite bearded, either villain, comic book character, hero, or whoever?
I would have to say, hands down, Tony Stark. Not a huge beard on the guy, but he definitely sports the goatee at least, and he's a really cool character.
That's cool. Is there anyone else you can think of that? I mean, I would. My favorite is Ming the Merciless.
Okay.
Because his is just so. I mean, he's number one. His costume is just crazy. I mean, even though Iron Man's pretty cool and everything, but Ming the Merciless has the nice long, just nice shaped. I mean, Tony Stark, of course, though, has the very nice shaved everything. So, but who else? Can you think of anyone else that is cool that you dig?
I don't know. I guess, would you count like fantasy characters like Gimli from Lord of the Rings?
Anyone.
Dwarves are always fun, and he's a pretty cool dwarf.
Well, yeah, and then you get into the warlocks and all the, yeah, it can go on forever and ever and ever. But my whole point was that I wanted to know who your favorite comic book character was. So
yeah, I'm actually not huge into comics. I'm trying to buy some while I'm here.
I'm the same way too. I just knew there'd be a lot of interesting people here. So
yeah, so. I can't think of anyone like just long flowing beard comic book specific character that I really enjoy. None coming to mind right now. So
okay, how about your favorite fantasy movie character other than what you just said?
I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head. Putting me on the spot here.
I know I am. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll leave you at that, but enjoy your day, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Hi, what's your name, sir?
No.
The child doesn't want to talk. All right, let's talk to this guy here. Okay, all right, I am here with...
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow. Can you tell me what your real name is, or are you not going to?
I'm Kurt.
Kurt, where are you from?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. That's a good place. You're from Cleveland, too?
Yep. Max Cousineau.
All right, cool, guys. Okay, I'm here today because I'm just going around asking, who is your favorite bearded villain, comic book character, fantasy? Whoa.
He's my favorite.
But has he always, in the history of the comics, has he always had facial hair?
Yes.
He has?
He's always had a goatee. On the show Arrow, they went with the scruffy look initially, but that's about the only time in his career he didn't have facial hair.
That's cool. Now, is it something that makes you like him?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like I tend to like more of the characters that have facial hair just because I have it. But how about other than comics, like fantasy movie or sci-fi movie? Is there anyone that sticks out in your mind as one of your favorites? You can do it.
The dwarf from Lord of the Rings.
You're the second one.
Because I got a buddy of mine that looks like that, and he does his beard up. His wife braids it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so a little tied to that.
So now, do you grow because you cosplay?
Yes.
All right. So you wouldn't have a goatee if you didn't dress like.
Well, I don't just cosplay. I'm with Superhero to Kids in Ohio.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this is more year round, and so shave it. I shave it and grow it right back.
Okay, now tell me about this organization, Superheroes or Kids to Superheroes Ohio.
We are the people who visit the kids in the hospital.
Awesome.
And meet kids with overcoming adversity. So, and recognize them for the heroes that they are.
So you guys dress up in your costumes and you go visit the kids and give them a good time and stuff like that.
Offer certificates for recognizing them for being the heroes they are, and
Is there a website for that?
Yes, we have a Facebook page, Superhero to Kids in Ohio, and we also have a website, superherokidsinOhio.com.
Awesome. Well, this just talking to you turned into way more than I was looking for, but thank you very much, man. Cool, thank you. What is your name, sir?
My name is Jay.
Jay, where are you from?
Where am I from? Oakwood Village.
You looked really confused when I asked.
I forget where I'm from. They haven't been on the planet that long.
Oh, all right. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. Who is your favorite bearded or mustached superhero or comic book character?
The one off the top of my head would be Green Arrow.
Wow, second one. Very good. Okay, now what is it about him that you like? You don't. You just thought of him because he knew he had. Now, he
had facial hair.
Okay, now is it because of the TV show or the comic?
Comic.
All right. Have you been a long-time follower of the Green Arrow?
I started when Kevin Smith wrote it.
Awesome.
So that's relatively recent. New 52 I didn't like. The Rebirth, I'm actually enjoying the book again.
All right, cool. Now, other than comic books, how about like a sci-fi or fantasy like movie character? Who is one of your favorite bearded or mustached one of those? There's one answer for this, but I'm going to see if you fall in.
An answer for this.
Fantasy movies, sci-fi.
Bearded guy, sci-fi, fantasy, movie.
Does anyone stick out in your head?
Stick out in your head. Yeah, I'm not.
All right, well,
drawing a blank.
That's cool. But I just wanted to, I'm just going around asking everyone. And any guy that has a nice beard, I'm going around asking them who their favorite characters are. So, but I thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
I am with. What is your name, sir?
Joe Miller.
Joe.
Master Joby Wan.
Master Joby Wan. Okay. Now you are, according to your little banner here, which you can't see because this is audio, Joe Miller, artist, sabersmith, cosplayer. Now you're dressed up like one of the best Jedis I've ever seen. So tell me a little bit about what you do.
I make costumes, and I also build custom lightsabers, fully customized to your character, or they can also be movie-accurate replicas.
That's cool.
I'm also an illustrator and a art professor.
Okay, where do you teach at?
Art Institute of Pittsburgh.
And
video game design.
Oh, I know a lot of guys in Pittsburgh. There's a nice big beard club there, so we spend a lot of time in Pittsburgh with those guys. So tell me, what do you said you're an illustrator?
Yes.
What do you illustrate?
I've done sketch cards for numerous companies, Unstoppable Cards in England, worked on Doctor Who, Night of the Living Dead. I've worked for Upper Deck on Marvel Superheroes trading cards, lots of pinup trading cards.
That's cool. What's been your favorite thing to do out of all that stuff?
Costuming.
Costuming. Now, what do you just strictly stay with Star Wars themed?
I've been Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Captain America mostly, and some Star Wars characters.
Okay, now here's the burning question. Who is your favorite bearded or mustached comic book character? Come on, Joe Miller. Let us know now.
Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
All right, that's a good answer because he would kick everyone's ass, wouldn't you think?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's cool.
Don't mess with him in a cantina fight.
That's right.
Cut your arm off.
That's awesome. Okay, well, thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate it.
You.
Okay, I am with. What is your name, sir?
Aaron.
Aaron, where are you from?
Northeast Ohio.
Where more in specific? You don't need to give me your address, but
Middleburg Heights.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're walking around the comic convention here. I run into you. Of course, I'm only talking to guys who have nice beards here, and you have a very nice beard. So I wanted to ask you, who is your favorite bearded or mustached comic book character, and go?
Wolverine.
Wolverine. Very, very bold move, because he doesn't have that complete full beard. He's got those nice chops. I thought you were going to go with Frank Castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, we're both wearing our Punisher shirts today, so that's why it was another thing that drew me to you. So, okay, so what is it about his look that you like?
I just like the big mutton chop.
Yeah, just that it adds to his girth. It makes him look more menacing.
Yeah, and more savage.
Yeah, well, he is a savage.
Yeah.
Okay, how about like a movie character? Do you have like a favorite bearded or mustached like sci-fi action guy, or someone in a fantasy role? Is there anyone other than Meg the Mighty?
Like a lot of the characters in Vikings, I like.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so you like the Viking TV shows? Because there really isn't very many Viking movies, is there yet?
Yeah. There's a couple, but not like big major blockbusters.
All right, cool. So you definitely like the Punisher, though, right?
Yeah.
Is that your favorite?
I wouldn't say he's my favorite, but
What is it about the Punisher you like?
just the ruthlessness. Like,
He's a mean son of a bitch.
yeah, exactly.
Cover your ears, child. I like the shirt, though.
Yeah, me too.
But out of all like comic book characters, you know, they get the Superman logo, Batman logo, the Flash logo, any of these logos, the Punisher's like the skull is just that's been the one that's always like from being a kid. I don't know what it is about it.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite logo for sure. It's up there with Batman.
Oh, it's definitely I love it. So, but thank you very much.
No problem.
Cool. Tell me who you are.
Ted Sikora. Who are you?
I'm Scott Sikora. Isn't that amazing? But I'm with a Y. Why? Because I love you. I, as in your last name, Sikora. Okay, so tell me about who you are and what you do, because what I'm looking at right now is pretty freaking amazing.
I am a filmmaker by trade, and I have a film and a comic book here. And the movie is called Hero Tomorrow. Hero Tomorrow is about a guy that has an idea for a superhero, and he can't get it published. But his girlfriend, being an aspiring fashion designer, makes him a costume of his own character for Halloween. And once he has a costume, he's not content to just wear it on Halloween. He starts running around and trying to fight crime in it.
Like a vigilante.
Yes. However, adding to that, his hero is based on the premise that so many superheroes are creature-themed, but all the good ones were already taken. The spider, the bat, the Wolverine. So he makes up a new kind of animal, and it's so powerful in stealth it was never discovered by mankind. He calls this animal an apama. Well, that makes no sense to publisher, so he really can't sell it. So the girlfriend making the costume is the thing that kind of pushes him over the edge to trying to be his own creation. The movie debuted at Comic-Con International. It played film festivals all over the world. And one of the things we heard over and over was, you know, this apama idea is so kind of quirky. There's really nothing like it. You ought to try it as a book. So we didn't want to do an extension of the movie. We didn't want to do a continuation of that. But we thought, what if we just did the book that was in his head? If he could have just got apama published, what would that be? And that is the story we have here in this collection, the 176-page Apama, the Undiscovered Animal. So you can almost forget everything I just told you. This book is about a Hungarian ice cream truck driver in Cleveland that discovers the spirit force of the most savage creature mankind has never known.
You were a really good salesman. You've just spewed out so much information in such a quick amount of time. Keep going.
Well, you know, there's a part of this that is like a cruel joke that I've played on myself, because Apama was made to be this idea in a movie that was really hard to explain. And I have to explain it over and over again.
Oh, I know it could get annoying, but but thank you for sharing it with us, because this is going to a whole different crowd of people. So I mean, this is definitely a lot of people in Cleveland too. So it's cool to spread the love of your town.
Well, and that's what it's all about. The books we take place in Cleveland, so you see things in here like West 65th in Detroit, the West Side Market, the Terminal Tower, of course, and a lot of the reviews, these are national reviews. We have quotes here. We won Best Graphic Novel at the Space Awards. But this got picked up nationally by Diamond. They actually gave it a staff pick in the preview guide, which was only given to 6 books in the entire 600-plus page catalog. They like that it takes place in Cleveland. They like that it is a more kind of relatable city to a lot of people. You know, not everything has to take place in New York or
Gotham City.
Metropolis, right? Yeah, why not Cleveland? And there's no other superheroes in our book. So, there's no shield that's going to come in when things get out of hand. It's all on this ice cream truck driver to figure it out.
But does he actually have a superpower?
In the movie, no. In the book, yes. Yeah, he has the spirit force of the Apama. He has the enhanced ferocity, stealth, speed, strength.
So do we know what the Apama really is?
It's all explained in issue 1.
Very cool. That's a good way to do it. You don't want to give too much away. Okay, so if someone wants to find this, is there a website they can go to?
ClevelandSuperhero.com.
Okay, now, part 2 of this. And this is not where you think I'm going. I heard that there is a GoFundMe, correct?
There's going to be a Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yes.
Yeah, that's actually going to be in October for Volume 2. So we did our Kickstarter for Volume 1 a couple Octobers ago, and we raised $14,000, and Volume 2 will be in October.
All right, is that Kickstarter up now?
No.
All right. Well, I will put a link to that as soon as it goes up, so I'll share it with my people too.
Appreciate that much.
Okay, now here's the big question: who is your favorite or most memorable bearded or mustache comic book character? And go.
Billy Gibbons.
Billy. He's not what comic was he in?
All right. How about, can I just say, the only one I can think of is that Thor when he went through that phase.
Okay. Well, which phase was that?
Thor had a beard for a while. It was back in the 80s.
All right. So, okay, Thor's the first one. I've heard the Green Arrow multiple times.
All right, Green Arrow. Yeah.
Then you got to think of J. Jonah Jameson. He's got a nice mustache too, right?
He does. I was thinking superheroes.
It's a comic book character.
Does Mephisto count? But he's not a hero.
Doesn't have to be. He's just a character. I mean, Stan Lee, for God's sakes. He's on your shirt. He's got a beautiful mustache.
Mustache.
You know, and then Iron Man. Come on, Tony Stark's got some.
Yeah, he's got a mustache. Man,
how about my favorite? I'll tell you who that is. Ming the Merciless.
Perfect. Yeah, he is good. He's good. You know, I don't see beard or mustache. I see everybody as equal.
Oh, come on.
I try to
But the beard and mustache is supposed to make him more dominant, like the Wolverine. Come on. He's got that menacing beard.
Chops. Yeah.
Now, do you think that most superheroes don't have beards, long beards, because it would hinder them, like a villain could grab it and pull him to the ground?
Could you imagine if Spidey had a Billy Gibbons, Peter Parker had a Billy Gibbons kind of...
Yeah, he has a hole like cut out in the bottom of his thing, and it just hangs out.
To put on the mask, but then he'd have to tuck it under his head.
But that would be really good to, like, really hide his identity, though, because if he was that guy walking around town with the big beard, and then, there's a superhero who has a nice, clean...
I think when they revealed his identity in Civil War, instead of that whole magic selling his soul to the devil to get everybody to forget, they should have just had him put on a big beard. Become somebody else. Peter Parker could have been done. He could have been just bearded guy, that drives an ice cream truck.
Cool. All right. So you're thinking about putting a bearded character in your next series of...
Well, one of his ice cream truck buddies does have a beard.
Oh, there.
I should have said that.
Oh, there you. Now, see, there you go, because that could have been your favorite one. The ice.
Jinx.
Jinx
from Apama is my favorite bearded. Officially, my favorite bearded comic book character.
Now that is nice. He's a nice ginger beard. Very cool. All right. Well, Ted, thank you so very much. I will put links up to all his information. You can check out all of his cool stuff, and if you want to pick up his movie or the Volume 1 of Apama, The Undiscovered Animal. It looks really cool. So thank you very much, Ted.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. We'll get to, you know what, in a later date, once we're getting ready for the second one to come out, you and I will meet for a beer and we'll talk about it.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. I am now here with, what is your name, sir?
Frank James Bailey.
Frank James, just not Frank Bailey. Frank James
Bailey. Yeah, if you Google Frank James Bailey, you'll find me.
It'll go right to you.
They'll go right to me. Well, you'll see I'm a voice actor and a writer. So.
All right, so tell us about why you're here at the Comic-Con today.
Well, I'm here at NEO Comic Con in Strongsville because I'm a writer and I wrote an illustrated novel about a female superhero. And she has blue hair, she can fly on a flying surfboard, and the base of the town where she's at is in Ohio. That's why, people like, and of course it's family friendly too. I was influenced by, cartoons like Kim Possible, Danny Phantom, the original Teen Titans, the action superheroes from like 10 years ago. I love those kind of stuff, and you don't see those kind of things that much any day.
Yeah, no, I mean, we watch a lot of cartoons with the kid and stuff, and it's just, there isn't...
silly stuff, yeah.
There definitely isn't really any female-driven superhero cartoons.
Exactly. This is a book, but I'm hoping to make it into a cartoon someday. You never know.
Yeah.
But it has to start off. This is book 1, Our New Home. She starts off as a princess, and her mother is evil. They have the same kind of power. They can make things with their... Lightning bolts come out of her fingers, and they form into things like kind of similar to Green Lantern a little bit, but she can't make things that are water or air. So, let's say there's a burning building, she can't make water just to put it out. She makes a hose to the fire hydrant that's right next to there, and she helps put it out. And as you can see the picture over here, there's a little girl in the fire.
Problem solving 101.
Yeah. Anyway, she makes a mattress for the little girl to fall on. So she makes things and has to be more creative with her constructs. and she can't fly, so it means she flies on a flying surfboard.
All right, cool. So how long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been creating this. I was working on it for like 2 years, and it finally came out like last November. I'm working on book 2 now. Hopefully it'll come out sometime before next year, because I'm going to a bunch of Comic-Cons next year. I want to have at least 2 books on the table then. But yeah, I do. That's why I go to Comic-Cons to promote my book. And like I said, I'm also a voice actor, so I do voice acting stuff too.
Okay, tell me some about what has there been any big projects with the voice acting you've done?
Well, mostly what I do for voice acting is podcast openings, like whatever podcast it was, like this is the podcast right now, that kind of thing. I've done a few commercials. Matter of fact, there's another Comic-Con coming up in Monroe, Michigan, called the Monroe Comic Con. I did a commercial for that.
Cool. No, that's cool.
And I also do e-learning, radio and TV commercials, book trailers, that kind of thing. I haven't done a whole lot of movie trailers, book trailers more like. Done a lot of stuff like that. I haven't done a whole lot of character work, but I'm really trying to get into that. I'm trying to get into more video game work too.
Oh yeah, that seems to be where it's at too.
Where it's at.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can really get locked in with a video game company. You can really work for a long time off of that. I'm sure.
Yeah, no kidding. I know a lot of other voice actors do video games. So
like Mark Hamill, of course, being the Joker. I mean, he's done the cartoons and then worked his way into the video games. And
Tara Strong too.
Yeah.
Tara Strong, known for being a character on cartoon, but she also does a lot of video games as well.
Okay, tell me what's your website?
My website for my voice acting.
Everything. Give me everything, man.
Okay, the website for the voice acting is frankjamesbailey.com. You go there. There's also a little link on there for my book, but if you want to read the book, you can go to Turkana.com. That is Tercona, Turkana.com. And I also have a special Facebook page for that as well, which is Facebook.com/Turkana.
Okay, and I'll put links to all this in my show notes, so if you're all listening to this and you are interested in checking this out, you can just go to my show notes and click on it as well. So it's my double backup to make sure everyone knows where to go. Okay, I'm going to part with you with one final question.
What's that?
Well, who is your favorite bearded or mustached comic book character and action? Go.
Bearded comic book character? The bearded person I remember is from ZZ Top.
But they're
not superheroes.
No, they're not. So you're the second person that's used that one. So but I'm thinking comic books. We're at a comic book place. There's a lot of there's thousands and thousands of different characters in the DC universe, Marvel universe. I'm just looking for one that's always stood out to you.
The one that has a lot of hair is Chewbacca.
I was waiting for someone to use that one. You're saying that because you're looking right at him all day, too.
It's right across the hall there, true, yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much, Frank. JamesBailey.com. But I appreciate
and Turkana.com.
Turkana.com. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And cut. Oh, that was just an awesome time. I had a lot of fun, and I cannot wait till next year. They already announced the NEO Comic Con 3.0, which is going to be moved to an even bigger venue. So we got a whole year to count down to that, but there's also going to be a whole bunch of other events going on all around the area and the country, so I will probably be attending some of those. So if you have a beard, keep your eyes peeled for me, because I might be coming after you to find out who your favorite bearded or mustached comic book character is. And in fact, for those of you who want to play along, if you go to, like I said, thebeardcaster.com, follow my page on Facebook. Why don't you put in there who your favorite bearded or mustached comic book character or sci-fi movie or whoever fantasy character that is your favorite. So let's start a whole little fun thread going here. So I'd like to thank Ted Sikora and Frank James Bailey for taking the time out of their busy day at the Comic-Con to talk to me about their comics and what they do and their favorite bearded or mustached characters. That was a really interesting time. I'd also like to thank my good friends at Waffender Whisker Oil, Brutal Beards, and Groomed Gorilla for their support to help make the Beardcaster a better show. They have done nothing but nice things for me. They've helped me out, and I would like to help them out by having you check their links out. Once again, you can go to thebeardcaster.com, and links will be to everything there. So I guess that'll be it for today. Once again, check out thebeardcaster.com. Links to all my social media are there. You can email me directly at scott@thebeardcaster.com. And I guess that's all I have for you for today. So thank you all very much, and we shall be hearing well, you shall be hearing from me very soon. So thank you, and I'm out.